So how's things been going? I know you said you had the conversation with Ed and it went pretty
It
good.
went well. Um, well, I threw out my lower back. I don't know what happened yesterday, but like late
Oh,
morning, it's like my back is thrown out.
shoot.
I took Advil. Um, I took an Epsom salt bath, which I normally don't do because I have such a tiny little bathtub.
Yeah.
And I'm in a little bit of a predicament because I have my myofascial therapy tomorrow. And normally it's at 4:30, but my mom wants us over for Christmas Eve, which is a really big thing in the Polish culture, at like 4, eat at 5. And so I'm like, fuck. So I called the physical therapy place. I asked them last week, I'm asking them today, is there anything you could do? Did anyone cancel? I really want to, normally I could probably not go, but I threw out my back. I'm hoping she could help me.
Yeah.
And I call my mom and she's so pissed. She's like, Everyone's coming over at 4. There's no way we're waiting till 6 to eat." Like she's really like, everybody has the day off. The kids are excited. My sister has 3 kids.
Yeah. And your body needs support, it sounds like.
Sounds like my body needs support, and my mom is just like not having it. Like she's not gonna push dinner back.
So what could you do to support you in this situation? Because you threw your lower back out. Your support
Right.
system, your back is your support system, and your back is out. So your support is gone right now.
Yeah, I mean,
So how could you support yourself? Because I know your mom's not going to change the plans. That's okay. But what could you do?
I could take more Advil, but I'm not supposed to be taking Advil because I'm on lithium and
Right.
they don't go well together. Um,
Okay.
I'm better today than I was yesterday, I feel, but still.
Right.
I mean, they're seeing if somebody else would switch with me. So,
So
worst comes to, Ed, my boyfriend could go there early with the dog and I just show up at 6. I would eat dinner by myself and
yeah, but would that be supportive for you to get the support with the myofascial release when your back is thrown out?
she could help me. She could make it worse.
I know you won't, you're not going to know, but if you like, as we're talking about it right now, do you feel like it's opening up a door of possibility by going to the myofascial release tomorrow and getting that treatment done, regardless if they could reschedule?
It would be nice.
Okay. So how can you honor your yes? And like you just said, Ed could go there early and you could get there at 6 and you could eat dinner with everybody, but by yourself because you're going to probably be the only one eating at that point.
Yeah, my mom seems really fucking pissed. It's not like I'm doing this. She's like, everybody's off, and what is therapy gonna do for you, and all this shit.
She gets to be pissed off, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Things aren't going as she had planned. Welcome to life, but how could you have your it sucks. I'm not going to deny that. And I know you don't want to upset your mom, but at the same time, what if you honoring your body and coming more relaxed than coming in all of this intense pain because your back is thrown out? How could that what would that create for you? If you go and get your PT tomorrow and you show up late, what could that create for you?
I don't know. My mom will be pissed.
Yes, but would you show up like versus you don't go get the PT tomorrow, so then you get frustrated because you didn't get the PT, and then you're now frustrated and in pain. how is that going, what is that going to bring to the holidays for you, to your family, to everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just have to like try not to complain.
Right. But but would you show up differently if you don't go versus you going?
Either way, I'll be in pain.
I know.
If I go, if I don't go, I'll be in pain. It's not like they're going to magically,
Nope.
you know.
It's not going to be magically fixed overnight, but I'm wondering if this is an invitation for you to advocate for what you need, even with the holidays. And you get to choose. There's not a wrong choice, Bonnie. Whatever you choose is going to be what's right for you. But what if, could this be like an invitation for you to advocate, since your lower back, your support system is literally out right now, for you to advocate for honoring what you need so you can show up to the holidays the best way you possibly can in this situation.
Right.
And do you have to, like, what else would be supportive? So let's say you choose to do this because it feels like, I'm at least this feels like it's opening up more doors. By me going tomorrow, I feel like I will be a little bit more relaxed, a little more at ease. I won't have to take as much Advil, which is
Hmm.
counter my pills that I'm currently taking.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you need to support yourself, to let your mom know, or to, to just bring as, to just communicate? Is there anything you need to do with her or for yourself?
I mean, I already had the conversation with her, so
Okay. So now it's just a matter of telling Ed or asking Ed to go there early, and then you getting there when you get there. And they might be able to reschedule you, Bonnie. PT might be able to get you in earlier tomorrow, and they might not.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm still waiting. Yeah.
Right. But it sounds like it's opening up a door possibility as opposed to causing potentially just more suffering by not having your own back of what you need, by not advocating for your needs, because your mom's not in your body. She's not going to advocate for you. Only you can do that.
Correct.
She's only going to advocate what she wants, which is for everybody to be there at 4 o'clock and for the holidays to go off as they normally do.
Yeah, she gets real fucking anal.
Yeah.
And she starts to play a like a victim thing, Oh, everybody asks if I need any help, and then here you are, showing up late, and
Well,
you
I'm
know,
grateful that you have so much other support, Mom. That's great. Everybody else can get there early and I'll get there late and I can maybe help you clean up.
it's just my sister and the kids. I mean, my brother-in-law is not going to even show up. He's like Mr. uh anti-family. So,
Okay. So it's just your sister and the kids. So your mom gets to be the victim. She gets to do that. And you get to also have your own back and say, Mom, I hear you, and my body needs this, and I'm going to come late.
because if I don't go, then I could drive Ed could drive me. I don't have to drive myself, but otherwise I would have to go from Gurnee all the way to Fox River Grove.
Oh, okay. Well,
So you think
if
it's
it,
okay if I mean, I'm trying to get an earlier appointment, but do you think it's okay if I go and then show up late?
you, Bonnie, what did you just tell me? You said that it feels more expansive to in your body to honor your appointment. So when we start to honor ourselves and honor what our body's yes is, which this sounds like it's a yes for you because your body's like, I need a little bit of relief and I don't want to depend on meds because it's literally so it's not good for the other medication I'm on.
Right.
So it sounds like it's a body yes. And then when we honor ourselves, it's going to upset others because you're disrupting the way that the system has been in the past. You're disrupting what your mom has known. Because before you would have just been like, okay, mom, I won't do this. I will come. And you just sacrifice yourself in the process.
But I show up late, she's going to be all pissed off and
Yeah.
it's going to be negative energy.
So I wonder, could you do the partner muse method with your mom and not have an expectation that she's going to be all negative? and just hold the possibility that maybe she might be whatever she's going to be. And I know the past has told you certain things, but when we start to live from those past stories, then whatever, just like we talked about with the problem, like when you focus on the problem with Ed, it just creates more problems. So if you focus on your mom being upset, she's just going to get more upset. So rather than focusing on that, focus on what it is you truly do want, which is honoring your body and then showing up at that time, which is supporting of you. And then let's do the partner muse method with your mom and just be with your mom, not trying to change your mom or fix your mom, and just be like, let's get on the same side. Right now, she's being defensive because you're disrupting what she's known and what she wants.
Right.
And this is what's happening right now. So rather than you being like, whatever, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to sit on the side of you with you next to you, mom, and just get on the same side as you. Mom, I came late because I really needed this. And I really hope you can understand that my body needed some relief because I'm in chronic pain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth. And I don't know if
I
she,
mean, I'm so sick of like, I do so many different things. I feel like I sometimes do too much, but like, last week I went to myofascial therapy, then the next day I went to a chiropractor, then the next day I went to acupuncture,
okay,
and then I got a massage on Saturday from a friend,
okay.
and I pay her a lot of money to give me a massage, and then the very next day my lower back gets thrown out for doing absolutely nothing, and it's like, did I cause it by going to the massage, or you know what I mean?
Or what if your body's just talking to you and it's just like, hey, are you gonna, because you're more connected now, Bonnie, because of our work together, you are more connected to yourself and what you need than you have been before. And so, what if all of that was there to support your body, and then your back just happened to go out as an invitation for you to honor you, as an opportunity to practice advocating for what you need?
Right,
Because people that aren't in chronic pain, they don't understand and they can't understand. So,
right.
these are things that you're doing are more preventative to keep your body in more ease.
Yeah, but then my back gets thrown out for you know what I mean? It's like,
But what if your body is talking to you so that you're not just doing the old thing like you always have of following your mom's requests and just doing what your mom asks?
right.
And it's really hard, especially when it's our family system. I will illustrate with my example with an example from my family. My mom does not like it, like a lot of the things. And in order for her to get on the same side as me, of course I did the partner muse method with my mom. And then I asked her
You didn't literally do it with your mom. You just in your mind did it with your mom,
in
right?
my
Okay.
mind, correct. So in my mind, I did the partner muse method. I did it traditional first, and then I put my hand out to connect to my mom as if she's sitting next to me. So this example I'm giving you is when I was telling her that I wanted a divorce. And I've
Oh,
tried in the past, and she did not support me. She went off on her bandwagon. You don't do that, blah, blah, blah. So this time I did the partner muse method with my mom, and then I created an environment to have the conversation. I'm like, I do better out in nature because if she's watching TV or the news, I don't do well. Mom, let's go work on your garden. Oh, that's lovely. Let's do that. So we're talking. I'm rehearsing what I'm going to say to her, and then the opportunity comes up. Hey, mom, I really need your support. Absolutely. Whatever I can do to support you. Okay, I am separating and getting a divorce from AC, and I really need your support. And I would like to move into the trailer for this summer. Absolutely. We got to check with your dad first, but I got you. She
mm,
never said that before, but because I got on the same side as my mom and I didn't start a battle and just
mm,
her narrative, because in her mind, you don't get divorced. If you're with a good man, you stay married. It through good times and bad. It doesn't matter. You sacrifice yourself. That's what she.
right.
So I had to just come about it and say, "Hey, mom, will you support me?" Because she wants to support me. She wants to love me. Your mom does too. She just maybe doesn't know how to support you the way you need to be supported. Hey, mom, I know I'm going to be late, but would you be willing to support me in this? Because my back really needs support right now. And
Mm,
like you advocating for yourself is like you having your own back when your back is out. because I think your body is brilliant, Bonnie, and it's here for you. I don't think this, it did.
You
Of
know, it's like, it's like kind of pisses me off because like
course.
today's my first day off. I have 2 weeks off of work. And I was planning on like cleaning house, like going through piles of stuff and organizing and like my
Yeah,
back goes out.
right. So maybe your body said, wait, actually, I know we have this 2 weeks off, but we need to rest before we start to get into action. So what if your body was just advocating for what you might have really needed right now? Because you've been under a lot of stress with applying for this job, going through for the interview, them not responding to you at all, and then, things with that. So could it be that your body's just here to support you,
Yeah.
that you matter, and that stuff's still going to be there?
Well, Ed really helped me yesterday. He helped me get into the bathtub and he helped me get out of the bathtub.
Honey, that's huge.
Oh shit, my mom's calling me.
That's, do you want to answer now or can you call her back after? Can you text her and say I'm in a session, I'll call you back, or I'm working, whatever you need to say to her.
I'll just text her. I'll call you later. She's fucking pissed. It's throwing off her whole thing.
Right. And she might be, Bonnie. You're disrupting the narrative of what your family, what your mom has always known. You're not just following suit like you used
Well,
to.
I don't mean to disrupt it.
I know, but when we honor our bodies, it typically disrupts the family units because especially when we have an older generation, they don't understand honoring their bodies. They don't even listen to their
Like
bodies.
her plan was to eat at 5, and I'm showing up at 6,
Yeah.
so
And you could
I'll
say,
eat by myself probably.
yeah, but you could eat by yourself, but with everybody, like just sit in the room with everybody.
Yeah.
So, but your mom gets to be upset, just like you get to be upset and frustrated that your back went out and you can't do all the things that you need to do. But how might you honor yourself in this of just listening to your body and you're doing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to take it easy, and I don't know if I should go to water class tonight or.
Well, what if you just wait until closer to water class and you do the Muse method and ask, would it be supportive for me to be in the water right now? And let your body tell you. If it gets excited and it feels like a body yes, like it opens up doors of possibility and you're like, okay, I'm going to go to water class. I'm just not going to do the full class. Like I'm going to do what I can do because
Right.
water would be supportive because it takes, gravity off. It does all the things that water does. But
Right.
just give yourself permission to ask closer to water class and let your body tell you what it needs. And then if it feels contracting, that's your no. Like when your body is contracted and shrinking down, that's your body saying, nope, I don't want to go to water class tonight. And that's okay too. So would you be willing to honor whatever that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Because what is your
I want to switch
yeah,
switch positions here. I'm still in my robe, if you can believe that.
I love it. Look at you listening to your body, Bonnie.
But I made brownies. I just have to put frosting on them.
But you're honoring yourself so good. And look at you. We're vulnerable yesterday with Ed, and you got the support you needed through getting into the bathtub.
Oh God, that chair really hurts. Oh, hold on.
Glad you're
Let
moving.
me. Okay. Ugh. I don't know what I did. The only thing I can think of is the massage.
It could have been, especially if it's not somebody you normally get massage work from. And sometimes our bodies respond when they
I
know.
have gotten massages from her before, but she just has a weird energy. It's kind of
Mm,
angry sometimes,
did it feel that way
I'd be
this?
like, "Oh, not so hard."
Did it feel that way this weekend?
Kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I would trust that, Bonnie. I think you're very sensitive and you're just learning what this information is for you.
Hold on 1 second, Jenny.
Get settled.
Okay, we'll sit here. Okay.
How does your body feel now?
Oh, it feels a little better. I'm on a pillow.
Okay. Okay, so this is a perfect example. You listened to what your body needed and you moved to a more comfortable spot.
Right.
Right. So how do you feel now that you honored what your body needed?
Well, my back's still hurting.
Yes, and
Um, I feel good about the decision.
okay. So how can like that's what we're working on is you honoring you. Like was there times in your like in the past even with your mom even let's you can bring one of those examples in where you said yes to her because that's what she wanted and that was her plan and you wish you said no.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love my family and I look forward to being with them, but they're also very draining.
Right.
And I sometimes leave there feeling sad,
Mhm.
drained, you know.
Yeah. So can you look at how you're holding both of these things that you love your family and they can be very draining. And you're holding both of these things. But what if your body is literally went out, your back went out because you need to advocate for what you need because when you're in more pain like you're in now, your bandwidth gets even smaller. So
Mm,
what you have capacity for is less than what it was before. So normally you could handle them a little bit easier because you don't have as much pain. But when you're in even more pain, you have no capacity. And then you could easily just use that anger, that frustration, and just put out those forest fires again, all onto people.
mm-hmm,
And I know that's not how you want to show up. You'd rather, be in like your center and be confident and not take it out on others.
mm-hmm,
Share. So what if your back going out is actually here because it's like, hey, we just need some time to rest, and your family, I love them, and they're really draining.
mm-hmm,
So what if your body's just doing this to support you so that you don't have to be with them quite as long? And I know it sounds weird, but what if your body is here to support you so that you took a little bit of rest before you started to get the house all organized and go through all the stuff? You
mm-hmm,
just give yourself time to be without doing.
mm-hmm.
Does that resonate at all or no? You can tell me if it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
I'm wondering because also you said you're sad and drained with your family. So what if the sadness shows up because you're being reminded that you matter and sometimes with your family you don't feel like you matter.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true at all?
Uh, no, I feel like I matter.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. But when your mom is telling you you have to be here at this time and like don't go to your appointment, does that make you feel like you matter and what you need matters?
Um, she just had it set up, like
Yeah.
that's the time that they normally eat on Christmas Eve. So I don't
Yeah.
ex
Yeah.
I
It
don't I didn't expect her to move the time. I thought maybe she would, but she's not going to.
And that's okay. She doesn't have to. So what I guess I want to check with you and what would be supportive for our the rest of the time we have together today? Because I also want you to
And you know what she's calling me to tell me to make me feel guilty. It's Christmas Eve.
Ooh,
Who goes to physical therapy on Christmas Eve? My therapist is Jewish. Of course she's working. She doesn't give a shit.
I love that. So when you say to make you feel guilty, what do you notice in your body if your mom like is calling to make you feel bad for honoring your body? Does that feel contracting? Does
Yes.
okay. So your mom is doing the only thing she knows how, which is to guilt you and make you feel bad. And you get to choose, Bonnie. And it might be hard to choose you because you've had a lifetime of choosing everybody else. So how can I support you with this that's coming up for tomorrow for Christmas Eve with your family?
I don't know. Maybe do the Muse method. I haven't done it today yet.
Let's start there. Let's start with the Muse method. So we're going to do 1 minute and then we'll see what comes up through your Muse. All right. So we're going
Okay.
to close our eyes. We're going to follow our breath. We're going to let our breath breathe all the way down into your toes and fingertips, breathing life into all parts of you, Bonnie. And now calling back in all the pieces of you, Bonnie, all the pieces that you might have lost along the way, the parts you might have abandoned, calling back in all of you. And now let's bring our hands to connect if you haven't already, and let's hold that intention of connecting and expanding as far as feels safe. And just take 4 more breaths here, Bonnie. Keep connecting and expanding, even connecting with the low back that's in pain right now. Just saying, I see you. Just being with all that's here without fixing it. When you're ready, just make your way back. What did anything show up in that minute of connecting?
Not really. I just, in my mind, went to physical therapy and,
Okay.
you know,
What if that was your invitation? That was what your muse was showing you, was like, I need to go to physical therapy tomorrow, and that's why that came up in your mind.
it is not the ideal time to
I
it
hear
is
you.
not the ideal time. It's not.
No, I agree. It's not the ideal time, and it is. And maybe they can switch with somebody else tomorrow. Maybe, but maybe not. But in that minute of connection, that's what came through was physical therapy. Not that that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any like support you need with having a conversation with your mom so that she doesn't try to put the guilt trip on you? I need to go check one of my dogs. I'll be right back as you think about
Okay.
it. Okay. All right.
It's
Uh,
okay. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
okay. So how do you normally approach conversations with your mom when you're having like this kind of conversation? It's kind of a hard
no, I
conversation.
just said I threw my back out. I'm trying to move physical therapy, but if I can't, I'm gonna, I'll want to go 4:30. I'll be there at 6.
Okay.
And
And
then you know, she's like, everybody's coming here at 4. We're gonna eat at 5:30.
yeah. Well, maybe if you're open to it, let's do the partner muse with your mom, knowing how she's going to respond. And you're not trying to fix anything with your mom. You're literally just connecting with her highest self, imagining she's next to you and you're connecting with your highest self, your muse, and you're just getting alongside of your mom. You're not trying to fix or change the situation. And let's see if anything else comes through in this minute of connection with your mom regarding this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Does that sound supportive?
Okay.
And then I have
Okay.
a question. So I might ask a question as we're coming back. So let's close our eyes again. We're going to start with traditional Muse method because it's important that you start by connecting with yourself before you connect with your mom, even though we just did it. So let's close our eyes, follow our breath, let your breath breathe trust and safety into yourself. You're trusting and being safe with yourself, having your own back. And as your hands are connected to whatever needs support right now, let's breathe life into the spaces that need it. And now hold that intention of expanding into more of you, stoking that inner fire of Bonny, fanning your inner flame. And when you're ready, you can bring one hand out to imagine you're holding your mom's hand, giving her a high five.
Yeah, I have to make it louder. I can't hear you. My heat just went on. Hold on. Sound settings. Why is it? Ugh, can't hear you.
Let me know
Oh,
if
here
it's
we go. Okay,
that better.
a little better. Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the Muse method again. Close your eyes, connect your hands, follow your breath, having your own back. Let's start there again. Expand into more of you. It's even like that heat outside of you turned on to fan the inner fire of Bonny to make you even brighter. Okay, when you're ready, you can bring one hand out to connect with your mom, imagining your mom is sitting next to you and you're just being with her regarding this situation, just being with her, not trying to fix it or change it. Just take 3 more breaths connecting with your mom. And as you're staying connected, just ask. I'm just going to ask a question and see if anything shows up inside of you through emotions, sensations, intuitions, visuals in your mind, thoughts. If you were alongside of your mom in this situation, what could you say to advocate for what you need to maybe get her support? What might you say? Just take another 2 breaths and just let me know when you're back. So, did anything show up when I asked the question? And it's okay if nothing did.
Just to say, like, hey, I don't mean to throw off your plans, but I really just need this for my back.
Yeah. So, like, Mom, could you support me? I don't want to throw off your plan, but my body really needs support right now before I come to be with the family. How does that feel like hearing that? Like if you were to receive that, Mom, could you support me? I don't want to throw off your plans and my body needs help and I'm doing the
Yeah.
best I
Yeah, that sounds good.
can. And if she happens to guilt you, would you be willing to do the Muse method and continue to advocate for yourself? Because she might still try to guilt you.
Yeah. I'm-
That might just be how she works, and it's okay. It's not wrong. but guilt isn't really supportive, and you felt the contraction.
It's all about the kids and their fucking in their presence anyway, like
It is. It is. And that's going to happen, right? Even when you're there. After you get there, after your back is in more ease. Pardon my dog. She's okay.
hopefully PT give me more will give me some relief.
Yeah. And maybe, Bonnie, by you advocating for yourself, you're starting to like help your body find more ease on its own. Like with or without PT. If like you advocating for yourself is your body being like, oh, thank God she's got me.
Mhm.
What if
I mean, it's not the optimal time, Jenny, it's
I
not 4:30 on Christmas Eve, it's not the optimal time to do PT. It's not. But I had this standing appointment and it just so happens, I would normally try to cancel it, but it just so happens my back is fucking out.
So you can't. So what if like this is an opportunity for you to do that, for you to advocate for yourself right now, Bonnie, and like try to have your body in more ease. And like this is the invitation because your mom is going to do what she knows how to do, and guilting you is causing more contraction and more stress for your body. So
Right.
when she goes down that path, be like, Mom, I hear you, and I have to do what my body needs right now. Would you be willing to just advocate for yourself, even with your mom, and say, I know it's not ideal time, and I know it's Christmas Eve, and if my back wasn't thrown out, I might consider canceling it. But because I'm at where I'm at, I cannot.
Right.
How do you feel in your body as I say all of that?
It sounds good. My body feels like yes when you say it. I mean, you say it very eloquently, so
Well, is there any notes you want to take or write down so that you can remember?
yeah, I should. Let me write this down.
Because Bonnie, the moment you said your body was in more ease, that's your truth. Like your body felt more relaxed versus like the guilt from your mom.
Okay, so what is it again you said? Normally
Yeah, normally, Mom, I would. I would reschedule, but because I threw my back out, I really need to go. And I know this is not optimal, but this is my standing appointment. Can you
right.
can you support me, Mom? And I'm okay eating after everyone else. I'm okay eating it when I get there. So I'm there for the presence. But maybe asking your mom to support what you need might be helpful for her to see. And she might not see it, and that's okay too.
Okay. Can you support me, Mom?
Yeah. And maybe before you call her today, when you call her back, would you be willing to do the partner muse method again and get alongside of your mom before you have that conversation? Because you did that with that and you said it went really well. So what if you experiment?
I was thinking about it. So
Yeah.
we fooled around and we were laying around
Uh-huh.
and we are just laying there. And I don't think I did the muse like immediately before I had that conversation with him.
But
Um,
you were connected. You were
we
alongside
were
of,
connected
right.
and I had the conversation with him. Um, and the wording you gave me really helped. I said, I want to be open and honest with each other. I want to be honest and transparent. And then all of a sudden I owned my stuff. I said, I'm sorry for texting, Jesse with Jesse you know, even though it was like once a year or twice a year and not letting you know about that. But it really, helped me if you would let me know if you were texting other women. And he didn't fess up to
Okay.
texting those two women. And I brought it up with my therapist, and he said maybe it really just wasn't that important to him because he said, well, I wrote my email down on a piece of paper and gave it to Lori. I said, you didn't text Lori? He's like, no. And he did text Lori because I saw it, and so
Right.
like, and I know he texted Lori and this other woman for detective work. And
Right.
so even though he didn't say, oh yeah, I texted Lori and I texted Bernie, I just had to kind of let it go.
Yeah.
Cause he said, yeah, I'll let you know. And I'm like, is there anyone you texted recently that you want to let me know about? He's like, no.
Okay.
So I don't know,
Well,
but
now you get to see. You've given him the invitation, Bonnie, and he gets to tell you, and you get to learn if you can trust him or not.
I mean, he voluntarily told me about Lori asking for detective work. So
Right. So what if that is the truth? And what if he just didn't even think about those two texts because he's like, it's not that big a deal. It was just continuing the conversation to get my info to her for the detective work.
And I'm just like, and I did say it. I said, you have a lot of women's numbers from Serenity House, so it makes me
Yeah.
feel a little uncomfortable and stuff. So,
And did he respond to that? Because you were being vulnerable there.
well, then later on, I think it was that day or the next day, he's like, "Oh, I want to show you my phone and all the numbers I have in it." And, you
Oh,
know, and I'm like, "Why do you have Bernie's number?" He's like, "Well, she used to be on the board for Serenity House." And
okay. So he's being more forthright. It sounds like he's showing you his phone and showing you everybody that's in there. And you were even able to question the one that you were concerned about that he didn't tell you about.
I know I was a little thrown off, Jenny, that he didn't say, yeah, I texted, because I said, did you text Lori? He's like, no. And I saw it on his phone, you know?
Yeah. Well, and you get to choose, Bonnie. Like your therapist said, he maybe didn't even think it was a big deal because it was to continue that conversation. And I agree with
Oh, it's Ganfield. 1 second. 1 second. Hello? Hi, Annalise. How are you? Oh, awesome. Yes, 3:30 we're fine. Thank you so much. Through 3:30, I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate it. Okay, take care. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so it's an hour earlier. It's an hour earlier.
that's awesome.
3:30 to 4:30, get there by 5. That's fine.
It's perfect. Then it's everything you wanted because then you and Ed could go together.
Correct.
It's everything you wanted. Do you see what happens when you get behind yourself? The universe has your back. You co-created that.
Yay. I mean, it's still, she invited people for 4, but that's fine.
Awesome,
3:30 to
Mom.
4:30, can get there by 5.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. And then you could just say, "Oh, that's awesome, Mom. Now you got help to help you set up. I'll see you at 5."
Right.
It's not that big a deal.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to calling her. So,
But I just want to acknowledge, Bonnie, I know you asked to see if that was open, available, but you co-created this. You were a part of this to make this session move up to earlier in the day.
yes.
If you would have gotten stuck in the like, oh my God, I'm going to be late. My mom's going to give me a guilt trip. I don't know if this would have happened.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't
I
know.
know we're preparing to do the 4:30 and then
And now you're set either way. But I honestly, it's also preparation for whatever comes in the future. Because it sounds like, your mom can give guilt trips and now you're prepared either way with her. And your session,
yeah, I appreciate you giving me that language and stuff, but And I appreciate your talk to text that you did after our last session, because like I had that conversation, but focusing more on what I want, I think, is an important message versus concentrating on what I don't like or what makes me
Yeah.
anxious. And you know
Yeah. Are you okay if we keep our focus on what you do want so that you can start creating more of that like you did today?
yeah.
Okay. But it's okay if other things come up that are here to invite you to find this new way. Because you've had this way of focusing on what you don't want and the anxiety for a long time. So
Right.
the new way, and our brains are like Teflon to positivity, Velcro to negativity.
Mm.
So just knowing that it's like, okay, my brain is doing the best it can. So giving your brain a little bit of grace of like it's doing the best it can. And then like next in our next time, because I know we're nearing the end, we can talk about more it is what you love and for you to start looking for those things that you do love in life.
Yes.
And like even when you're doing the things that you love, whether it's you're in your water therapy, you're in the water aerobics, whether it's in acupuncture, whatever it is, going for a walk, I would invite you while you're doing those things that you love to do the muse method, because what you're doing is you're being present to what your body is experiencing doing what you love. And what you're saying to
Mm-hmm.
the body is, I want more of this. Show me where more of this exists.
Mm.
So are you willing to start to look for, even just this week, look for, like, ask, show me what things I love, show me where they already exist, and start to look for them.
Mm-hmm.
Would you start to look for them a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
Even like tomorrow, you're going to be with your nieces and or niece and nephew. I don't know if is it two? Yeah. Um,
Nieces and yeah,
nieces
nephew.
and nephew. So like it's draining and it also fills that space of not having children. So enjoying your time with them and like maybe doing the muse method. You can keep your eyes open, and do the muse method, just connect and like be present to your body of what is there now.
Right.
That's what you're doing is you're just bringing it to more conscious awareness of, oh my God, when I'm with them, it's life giving, or oh my God, when I'm with them, it's really freaking draining. Cool. Whatever it is.
Okay.
So that's kind of the work for this week is to just start to look for what it is you do love and notice how you feel in your body.
Okay.
And wherever that is, you're at PT tomorrow, you're driving with Ed and you're finding a bit of joy. And then do the muse method if you remember to do it during those moments.
Okay.
How does that sound? Does that sound like something you'll do?
Yeah.
Okay. And if it isn't, I want you to be honest with me because I want to we'll shift it based on what's going to support you.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Okay, so that's just kind of helping you to amplify what you do love and what you do want. So what are your takeaways from our time together today?
Honoring my body and where it's at, even though I'm not too happy with the state it's in, listening to my body, honoring it, um, communicating respectfully what I do need,
Mm,
and to start looking for what I do love and what brings me joy, and feel how that notice how that feels in my body.
okay. Yeah, and are you okay if I check in with you about that next week or next time we meet is like what you know,
Yeah, that's fine.
even if it's something little like, oh my God, I was a little bit more relaxed. I wasn't as anxious as normal. Awesome. That's huge.
Okay, good.
And then let's look at our next time because I know next week is New Year's and I'm out of town on the 30th.
Oh,
Um,
you are? Okay.
yeah, I'm out of town the 30th and 31st. So, well, unless we met earlier in the day, because I could meet in the morning. I would have to be done before noon.
Um, Should we do next week or should we do 2 weeks?
You tell me, do you think it would be supportive to have a session next Monday or you want to take a week off?
Maybe take a week off.
Okay, so we will, and then I'm gonna keep you on the schedule for Bonnie honoring time. And then we'll meet on, oh, well, calendar is being silly. Monday the 6th do you want to do at 2:30 or 3 o'clock?
3's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to change that one to Bonnie's session, and then the one before I'm going to change Bonnie honoring time. And then have you been able to
Okay.
use the Muse method at least twice a day?
Yeah, sometimes I snooze my phone because I'm like in the middle of doing something, but yes,
Yeah.
I've been trying to, yes.
Okay. Have you noticed anything, even not related to your goals, of just by you being more connected to yourself and doing it twice a day? Have you noticed anything happening, shifting?
Maybe being a little less anxious.
Ooh, so less anxious. That's kind of huge. What would that
Yeah,
be if you were less anxious more?
I'd have more fun. I'd be more of my authentic self.
Okay. And is that what you want more of? Is more fun and more
Mhm.
authenticity? Okay, cool. So that's what we're moving towards. So are you willing to keep doing it at least twice a day? Even if it's
Yes,
only 10 seconds. Awesome. Okay, so I changed the 30th to Bonnie honoring time. Do you want me to leave that at 2:30?
sure.
Okay, cool. All right, and then I will see you after the new year. Have a beautiful Christmas and I'm gonna just do all future
Okay.
and New Year's,
Thank you.
and then reach out if you
Thank
need
you,
any
Jenny.
support.
All right, I appreciate it.
All
Have a
right,
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
thank you, Bonnie. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.